inform your friends, okay, regarding the classes, because maybe in the next week I'll be starting with the problems. Okay, so this is a theoretical part. Uh, I'm trying to finish off maybe in this week. In the next week, I'll be starting with the problems. So before starting with the problems, ask your friends to join the class. Otherwise, it will be very difficult, and I'm not going to revise once again. Those who are missing, okay, it's their mistake. So you inform them to attend the class. Okay, so I'll share the screen now. Is it visible? Please, anyone, let me know. Yes, anyone? Is it
Yes,
visible?
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. So today I am discussing about the necessity of high grade concrete and steel. Why, in case of pre-stressed concrete, why we have to use high grade concrete and high grade steel. Okay. So here, the higher the grade of concrete, higher the bond strength. So this is very important, because the pre-stress is, the tendons are being inserted into the concrete, okay, and when the tendons are stretched or when it is tensioned, okay, so what will happen, the tendons will uh, transfer the stresses to the surrounding concrete by bond, because of bonding between the tendons and the concrete. Okay, so that's why uh, when you use high grade concrete, so it will transfer a better bond, or it will develop uh, strong bond stress into the concrete. So it will develop the forces, whatever the force required forces into the member. Okay. Now, then, which is vital in pre-tension concrete. Okay. So generally, what will happen? The bond strength is required in case of what? Pre-tension system. Okay. Then also higher bearing strength. Also higher bearing strength, which is vital in post-tension concrete. Okay. So here I told you there are two categories. Basically, there are two categories in pre-stress concrete system. One is pre-tension, one more is post-tension. Okay. So pre-tension में क्या होता है? The cable will be stretched before placing the concrete. Correct? The cable will be stretched, or the cable is tensioned before placing the concrete. Then what will happen when the concrete reach the hardened stage? The cables will be released. So what will happen? The cable try to go back into the concrete, but the bond between the concrete and the tendon will develop the stresses in the concrete. So that's why we should have the high strength concrete. Then in case of force tension, what will happen? The force will transfer by bearing. In case of pre-tension, the force will transfer by bond, and in post-tension system, the force will transfer by bearing, because I told you in post-tension system, there will be duct or a vent provided in the concrete. Through that, the tendon will be passed, and after passing the tendon, it will be stretched and it will be locked at the ends. It will be locked at the ends, as I told you. So how it will be? So suppose if you have been here, this is already discussed. Okay, and there will be tendon. Sorry, there will be vent into the concrete, and through that the tendon will be passed, because it's the post tension. After concrete reaches the hardened stage, the cable will be passed through the vent. So this is called as vent, and this is the tendon. Okay, this is tendon. Then the cable will be locked at both the ends, and one side it will be pushed, it will be pulled using the mechanical device or hydraulic jog, or electrical device, it will be stretched. After stretching, what will happen? It will be locked here. It will be locked here, and the tendon will be released. So what will happen here? The force will be transferred into the concrete through bearing on either side. The force will be transferred on both the side through bearing. So that's why we need to provide what will happen here? The force will be transferred through bearing. So that's why in case of post tension, we required at the ends. यहाँ पे वो क्या होगा? It will develop the high compressive force. So that should resisted by the concrete. That high tensile force that should be resisted by the concrete. So that's why we should the code suggests you have to use high grade concrete. Okay. So further, what will happen? The further creep and shrinkage losses are minimum with high grade concrete. So what will happen? Because of the continuous compression force. Because of, so for example here the tendons are locked, so it will try to go back, means it will develop the compressive force when the cable is released. So the concrete will be continuously in compression. The concrete will be continuously in compression in both the sides. So what will happen that time? It will try to shrink, or it will try to have a permanent failure, which is called as creep. Okay, so it will be avoided by using the high grade concrete. Okay, then what code suggests? Generally, minimum M30 grade of concrete is used for post tension system, and M40 grade of concrete is used for pre-tension system. So anyone having doubt here, please let me know. Anyone having doubt here? Yes, anyone having doubt? Please let me know. Someone has to reply. अरे कहाँ गए?
No sir.
हाँ?
No sir. No doubt.
Okay, Jyoti.
Yes sir.
Okay, thank you very much. You understood now?
Yes sir.
Jyoti? So
Yes,
why
sir.
high grade of concrete is required? Can you tell me in just one or two sentences?
Sir, in order to, sir, if the grade of concrete is high, the bond strength will be high. So, the shrinkage and the permanent failure will be less, sir.
Yes, okay, very good. That will be in
Yes.
case of pre-tension system, because the force has to transfer through bond between concrete and the steel. Steel means nothing but tendon here. Okay, but in case of post tension, the cables will be locked at the ends, and the force will be transferred by the bearing. Why it is called as bearing? Means the concrete has to bear the load at the ends. अभी देखो यहाँ पे, try to explain once again. When the cable is released from the ends, so क्या होगा? It will try to go back. It will develop force like this. It will develop force like this. So what will happen? This face as well as this face will be developing maximum compressive force. Maximum compressive force means what? It will bear the compressive force. That's why it's called as bearing. Why it is called as by bearing? That force, whatever the force developed here, it has to be bared by this concrete, and later on it will pass through the adjacent materials. Okay, adjacent internal material. So that's why whatever the force developed at the ends, that has to be bared by the end of the section or the end concrete where the tendons have locked. That's why it is called as by bearing, and that is the reason it is given minimum M50 grade of concrete is required in case of pre-tension system. Okay, this is clear. So this is regarding concrete. You will get one sure question on this. You may get a question like, what is the necessity of high grade concrete and steel in pre-stressed concrete system? So you can explain, even you can draw the sketch and you can elaborate the things. Okay, then we'll move on to next. Is it visible? Please, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is for steel. Before this I discussed about concrete. Now this is for steel. Okay. Now what? Here the losses in pre-stress member due to various reasons. What? The losses. There are some losses in pre-tension system or in the pre-stress concrete system due to various reasons. There are so many reasons for losses. Loss will take place in the tendon while stretching the tendon or during casting the concrete. There are n number of reasons. Okay, maybe bad workmanship, machine problem, everything. N number of reasons are there. Okay, so due to various reasons are generally in the range of 250 to 400 Newton per mm square. So what is the range of loss? The range of loss is between 250 Newton per mm square to 400 Newton per mm square. So this is a stress. So when the cable is stretched and when it releases, it will develop the force, and that force develop the stress. Correct? That force will develop the stress. Once again, when the cable try to go back, it will develop the pressure over this, and over this space it will develop the stress. And during this activity, during the stretching of the cable, releasing the cable, locking the cable or anchoring the cable, what will happen? There is some amount of loss. And what, according to study, what it says, the loss is between 250 to 400 Newton per mm square. That is the reason if mild steel or deformed steel is used, if mild steel or deformed steel is used, the residual stresses after loss is either zero or negligible. What? If mild steel or deformed steel is used, the residual stresses after losses is either zero or negligible. So can you tell me what is the tensile stress or what is the yield stress for mild steel and deformed steel? Can anyone tell me? Mild steel का yield stress कितना रहता है? Yes. Make it fast. What is the yield stress for mild steel? Are no one is there? Yes.
So 250 Newton per mm square.
Yes, very good, very good. Aishwarya Udar. Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
What is the yield stress for mild steel? Aishwarya? Am I audible, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the yield stress for mild steel or for deformed steel? Balchandra?
Sir, 250.
Yes, very good. Balchandra? Balu?
Yes, sir.
ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತೈತೆ mild steel the yield stress ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತೈತೆ?
Sir, 250 Newton per mm square.
Yes, very good, very good, very good. What about HYC bars, deformed bars? High
Sir,
straight deformed bars?
400, sir.
Yes, 400 ಇಲ್ಲ 415 or 500.
Sir, 415 and 500.
Okay, yes, very good. So here, what will happen here? So if you use the mild steel or the deformed bars in pre-stress concrete system, what will happen? The losses itself during the construction or during the stretching the cable, the losses itself is how much? 250 to 400. So after losses, so see यहाँ पे देखो उन्होंने क्या बोला है, losses ही रहता है, कितना रहता है 250 to 400, but हमारा strength कितना इन दोनों का? It is maximum up to 500. Are you getting? The losses itself is 250 to 400, but the yield stress of our mild steel is 250 and deformed bar is maximum 500. तो उसके बाद कितना बचेगा हमारे पास? Are you getting what I am trying to explain? Are you getting my point? So if the losses in the pre-stressing are 250 to 400 और इन दोनों का stress है 500 maximum up to 500, तो after losses कितना बचेगा? It will be zero or negligible. Correct or not? कितना stress बचेगा? That's what is called as residual. Residual means what? The balanced. After loss, the balanced. residual, which is going to be there in the tendon. That's why it's called as residual. So the residual stresses after losses, it will be either zero or negligible. So hence, high tensile steel wires are used, which are varies from 1600 to 2000 Newton per mm square. Are you getting my point? Please let me know what I'm trying to explain. Hello.
Yes, sir.
आपको समझ में आ रहा है? देखो, हम माइल्ड स्टील और HYS rebar क्यों यूज नहीं कर सकते? That I'm trying to explain. So that's why you may get a question like, what is the reason for what is the necessity for high strength steel in pre-stressed concrete? So what is the reason here now? What is the reason? The losses itself ranges from 250 to 400. In that case, if I use mild steel is having 250 Newton per mm square, and if I use HYSD में दो कैटेगरी है, 415 और 500. तो अगर लॉस होने के बाद जो भी आपको बचेगा, बैलेंस रहेगा स्ट्रेस, that stress will be either zero or very negligible. So that is the reason we have to go for high tensile steel. You have to go for high tensile steel. तो कितना यूज करते हैं हम? It will be ranges from 1600 to 2000 Newton per mm square. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'll move on to the next. Next point. Okay, is it visible now? Advantages of pre-stressed concrete.
No, sir.
Visible हो रहा है?
No,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. No.
No, sir.
Is it visible or no? Okay, I'll
No.
try to. Okay, I'll let it once again. Now please let me know. Yes.
Yes, sir. Visual, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you very much. Thank you. Okay. Now here I'm talking about the advantages of pre-stressed concrete. Okay, so the first is, so you may get one more question on this. What are the advantages and disadvantages of pre-stressed concrete? Okay. So this part today or in the next two sessions, this will be of maximum of theory part. So you may expect some of the questions, theoretical questions. Okay. So here the use of high strength concrete and steel in pre-stressed member results in lighter and slender member than is possible with RCC members. So this is the first advantage. अभी क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? We are using high grade concrete and high strength, high grade concrete and high stress steel. The grade of steel and the grade of concrete is very higher. So because of it, what will happen? It will resist more forces. Okay, so because of the high grade concrete and steel, the sections become lighter. Can you give example how the sections become lighter? अभी देखो, what is the stress? What is stress? Stress is what? P by A. Correct? P by A. हमारे पास already stress है. We know the stress is very high. तो क्या होगा? What will happen? If I take this here, and if I calculate area, तो क्या होगा? ऐश्वर्या क्या होगा? ऐश्वर्या?
Sir, force by stress, sir.
Forced by stress, because and stress is very high. So what will happen? Automatically area will get decrease or
Area
not?
will decrease, yeah.
Yes, area will decrease means what? The sections will become lighter. Correct. That is the first advantage. But that will not happen in RCC members. Then we have next. In fully pre-stressed member, it is free from tensile stresses under working loads. Because we are developing the compression in the concrete because of tendon, so it is free from tensile stresses under working load. Thus, whole section will be effective. Whole section will be effective because क्या हो रहा है हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं? Before applying the load only, we are stretching the cable and we are tying it at the ends. So because of the locking or the anchoring the cable at the ends, it will develop the continuous compressive force. And because of that, what will happen? The concrete will be continuous under compression. It will be continuous under compression. So there will be no tensile stresses. There will be no tensile stresses in the concrete.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ
Sir.
हाँ हाँ.
Sir, screen is blinking a lot, sir.
It is blinking.
Yes, sir.
Not getting here. For others also, others, are you facing same problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Why? But what is the problem here? Just limit to. Wait a minute. I'll. Just now you can see I have shared the PDF directly. I am also facing some problems here. So I'll continue. Okay. So here the next is okay. The third point is in pre-stress member, the dead loads may be counterbalanced by eccentric pre-stress. Now you check, please let me know. Still it is happening same thing.
Yes, sir.
Still is blinking only.
Yes, sir.
अरे यार, क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Why it is happening like this? My CD there is no problem. A minute. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just try to fix it. अभी देखो ऐश्वर्या, ऐश्वर्या, ज्योति, hello.
ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर.
Now it is correct.
Yes sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much. So next is in precious member, the dead loads may be contracted or counterbalanced by eccentric pre-stress. Okay, so here because if you provide the eccentric pre-stressing, तो मैंने आपको already दिखा है. Okay, when suppose there is a beam here, अगर आपके पास एक beam है, and when you provide the eccentric pre-stressing, like this is our center. Okay, and if you provide the pre-stressing here, what will happen? How the beam will bend? Jyoti, how the beam will bend? It will bend upward or downward? Aishwarya, Jyoti, anyone?
Upwards sir, upwards sir.
Yes. So it will bend little bit, not full. It will bend little bit like this. Okay. Then क्या होगा? When the external load is applied, it will counterbalance and it will try to regain its original position. After applying the load, that is the self weight, it will counterbalance. तो क्या होगा? Try to regain its original position. So that's why it is given because of the eccentric pre-stressing, it will counterbalance the dead load. Okay. Then in pre-stress concrete member possess their resistance to shear force due to effect of compressive stresses, presence और eccentric cable profile. अभी यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है देखो, the concrete is continuously under compression. तो क्या होगा? Continuously compression होने के बाद क्या होगा? It will develop the shear force due to the effect of compressive stress. So it will not allow the concrete to fail due to shear or due to the eccentric cable profile. Then next is use of high strength concrete and it is freedom from cracks contribute to improve durability. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Durability is more. The life of the structure is more here. The first reason is why? Because of high strain concrete and high strain steel. उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? The durability of the structure will increase and even it will be free from cracks. Then we have long span structure are possible. Okay, so in this case we can go for long span structure. The best example I can give, that is third gate ROB, railway overbridge. You can see all the bridge has been constructed by using pre-stressed concrete system. The girders are placed, and over that they are placing the slabs now. Okay, so because it is a long span structure, so we have to use, you can use this type of system, that is pre-stressed concrete system, in long span structure. So that is one advantage. Okay, so there we can save the weight, so it will become economic. Because of using saving the weight, it will become economic. This is one more advantage. Second, the next is factory products are possible. So here no need to construct the members on site. The members can be constructed in factory or in workshop. They can be transported to the site and it will be erected and constructed on site. Okay, so that is the reason. If the facilities are not available on site, there is no problem. But RCC में क्या होगा? All facilities should be required on site. There should be transportation of material. Material means क्या होगा? Steel चाहिए, aggregate चाहिए, cement चाहिए, water. Then we required continuous power supply. Transport system अच्छा रहना चाहिए. We should have the workmanship, better workmanship on site. Okay, but here if these are facilities are not available, then also no problem. We can construct the members in factory and you can transfer. Pre-stressed member are tested before use. Yes, this is very important. Pre-stressed member are tested before use. Means what happen? During stretching and tensioning the cable, the pre-stressed members are what? Tested before use. समझ में आ रहा है? But RCC में क्या होता है? During concreting, we used to take the concrete and we used to place it in the cube. After 20 days of curing, we used to check that. Okay, that will what happen? 28 days curing हुआ, construction हुआ, उसके बाद हमने check किया. But not, it will not the same case in the pre-stressed member. That member has to be checked before use. Okay, that is one advantage. Means what will happen? Any alteration should be done. It will be done before constructing on site. Then we have pre-stressed concrete structure deflects appreciably before ultimate failure, thus giving ample warning before collapse. So this is very important. This is very, very important. तो क्या होता है यहाँ पे? Suppose there is one bridge, and if it is there is continuous movement of traffic over the bridge, and if that bridge is not giving any warning, what will happen? It will call it as a sudden failure. It will call it as a sudden failure. So there will be loss of life, even loss of material, everything. So, but what will happen here? In pre-stressed concrete member, it will give warning before failure, so you can take necessary action. So that's why it is again an advantage. Then next we have the fatigue strength is better due to small variations in pre-stressed steel and recommended for dynamically loaded structure. अभी dynamically loaded मतलब कौन सा है? Dynamic means what? It is the load with respect to time. Time to time it will change. Like our traffic load is a dynamic load. Moving load. All moving loads are dynamic load. So it is mostly recommended for dynamic load, that is for the transport system or the bridge structure. Okay. So these are the advantages. Any doubt here in the advantages? See, you will get a question in the exam. So you should be answerable. So if you have any doubts, please let me know. Advantage में किसको doubt है? Please, anyone, let me know. Okay, I'll move on to next. Disadvantage. Is it visible? Yes, anyone? At
Yes,
least
sir.
raise the hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now disadvantage. So first is the availability of experienced builders is scant. Means what will happen? Experienced staff or experienced labor, if are not available on site, so there will be problem. Okay, because यहाँ पे क्या होता है देखो, the important thing is the stretching of the cable. Okay, and that should be done with machines like hydraulic jack, mechanical equipments. Okay, so if you don't have skilled laborers or experienced staff, experienced builders or the engineers on site, then there will be problem. So that's why it is a disadvantage to the precious concrete system. Then we have initial equipment cost is very high. As I told you, we required jacks, we required erecting equipments like cranes, everything. Okay, so if these machines or the equipments, if you don't have, it will be again problematic. So that is the reason you have to acquire the equipments, and that the initial cost of the machine will be very high. That is one disadvantage. Then the again same availability of experienced engineers is again entry. Then we have pre-stressed sections are brittle. So these sections are brittle because it is made up of high strength concrete. So the possibility the sections are very brittle. Then we have pre-stressed concrete sections are less fire resistance. These are less fire resistance because the cables are highly tensioned. Cable को हम पहले ही tension देते हैं because already are tensioned, and if comes with contact with fire, then what will happen? It will lose its strength. It will develop the again. It will try to tension. What will happen? उसको आप अगर फिर से temperature दोगे, so again it will try to stretch. Okay, so that time what will happen? It will be again disadvantage. So these are the some of the advantages and disadvantages. Okay. I'll move to next now. Okay. Now next is tensioning devices. Okay. So this is just a brief discussion. I'll just go through the discussion here. So here we have 4 types of devices. We have first is mechanical, hydraulic, electrical, and chemical. Okay. So the mechanical devices, first we have mechanical devices. So in mechanical devices, it is includes the sulfate with or without lever transmission. So the mechanical equipments will be used to stretch the tendons, and it will gear the transmission in conjunction with pulley blocks, screwed jacks, or with or without gear devices, and wire winding machines. So what will happen? So the mechanical equipment or the machine will be used to stretch out the cable, and it will have its accessories like pulley, blocks, jack, and other things. Okay, and these devices are employed mainly for pre-stressing structural concrete components produced on a mass scale in factory. तो मैकेनिकल डिवाइसेस जनरली कहाँ पे यूज करते हैं? जब आप मास प्रोडक्शन करते हो. मास प्रोडक्शन जनरली विल बी डन फॉर व्हाट? स्लीपर्स, concrete sleepers, रेलवे स्लीपर्स होते हैं ना, उसके लिए मास प्रोडक्शन किया जाता है. So there the mechanical devices generally used. Okay. Then we have hydraulic devices. So these are simplest means for producing large pre-stressing forces, extensively used as tensioning devices. So in maximum cases all over the India, this type of system will be used. That is called as hydraulic devices. So hydraulic devices में क्या होता है? Hydraulic jack will be provided, and that jack will try to develop the pre-stressing force, try to stretch the cable at the end of the machine, at the end of the section. Okay, so that's why it is very simple. No need to no need to have extra arrangement or extra accessories for that. Only fixed over the concrete or at the end of the section, and it will be pulled. The cable will be pulled by the use of jack. Then we have electrical devices. Electrical devices में क्या होता है? The wires are electrically heated. The wires will be heated before stretching. The wires will be heated. Then the cables will be stretched, and it will be anchored before placing the concrete in mold. Correct? The cables will be heated and stretched, and it will be locked at the ends, and the concrete will be placed. So this method often referred to thermo pre-stressing and used for tensioning steel wires or deform bars. Okay, so this is just information about the devices. Okay, but generally we are dealing with main what? Hydraulic devices. Then we have chemical devices. So expanding cements are used. So here the expanding cements are used. By using the chemicals, the expanding cements are used, and the degree of expansion is controlled by varying curing condition. Since the expansive action of cement. Okay, what will happen here? The cements, that category of cements will be used, which will try to expand and contract using the chemicals, and that will be controlled by curing condition. उसको cure करो, heat करो, then what will happen? It will develop the bond between the reinforcement and the concrete. So that is one more, which is called as chemical devices. So here the mainly it is just for the information. Okay, how what are the different types of devices are there, but mainly we are going to deal with hydraulic devices. Okay. Now we have is it visible? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can directly share the PDF, but during the marking and other things, I have to do some arrangements. So that's why I'm trying to fix. Okay, so that's why I'm again and again asking, is it visible or not? Okay, so please reply and let me know. Okay, so here now we are discussing about the pre-stress system. So pre-stress system, there are two things. One is pre-tensioning system, one more is post-tensioning system. So how the pre-tensioning will be done? That is a procedure. Just information I'm trying to explain here. So here the pre-tensioning system means what? In pre-tensioning system, the tendons are first tensioned between the rigid anchored blocks casted on the ground or in a column or unit. Okay, so यहाँ पे आप you can see these are the anchored blocks. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, these are the blocks. यहाँ पे एक एंकर ब्लॉक है, इसके ऊपर जैक है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज हाइड्रोलिक जैक. So this is tensioned by using hydraulic devices. Okay, the cables are tensioned by using hydraulic devices. The jack will be provided. I'll share a YouTube video. You can go through that and you can actually see how the cables will be tensioned by using the hydraulic jack. After this session, I'll share the link of that video so you can easily understand how the cables will be stretched using the hydraulic jack system. Okay, so first the tension between rigid anchor blocks or cast on the ground or in a column. So the tendon is stretched at the ends by using the rigid end block or the column or a unit prior to the casting of concrete in mold. So it is pre-tension means what? First the cables are tensioned, then concrete will be placed. Okay. The tendons comprising individually wires or strands are stretched with constant eccentricity or variable eccentricity. देखो इसमें difference क्या है? So this is constant eccentricity. See the cable is stretched with constant eccentricity. In some of the case, the eccentricity will be like this also. जैसे cable ऐसे आएगा, it will be like this also, parabolic type. What will happen? So this is the eccentricity here. This is what? This is eccentricity. Correct? So the cables are stretched with constant eccentricity or variable eccentricity with tendons, with tendon anchorage at the end, at the one end and jack at other end. So this is very important. एक जगह पे केबल क्या होता है? लॉक होता है. At one end the cable will be locked. At other end the cable will be stretched by using the hydraulic jack. Are you getting my point? Anyone? Please reply. Are you getting? Yes. Please let me know. Ashwarya Huddar. Okay. Thank you. So at one end the cable will be locked. So that's what is given here. Stretch with constant eccentricity or variable eccentricity with tendons anchorage at one end. It will be anchorage at one end. So here, and jack at other end. So here, jack at other end. With the form in place, with the form up is done. The concrete is cast around the stretch the tendon. Then what will happen? In the form up, the cable will be stretched and the concrete will be placed. So that's what is given. Concrete is cast around the stretch the tendon. So this is called as pre-tensioning system, which is mentioned in the figure. So any doubt here? Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt in pre-tension system? You will get a question. Explain pre-tensioning system. That time you can draw the sketch and explain like this. Okay. If there is no doubt, so you can move on to next. Now is it visible? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Now see, this is very important here, which is given here. The effect of load during pre-stressing. अब देखो क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Before pre-stressing, prior to pre-stressing, pre-stressing होने से पहले. So this is beam, and this is tendon. Okay. Only concrete is placed. Okay. Then what will happen? After pre-stressing, what will happen? देखो इसके बाद देखो क्या हो रहा है? Effect of pre-stressing ignoring sulfate. if there is no sulfate over this, तो क्या हो रहा है देखो, after pressurizing from this end cable, because of the force in the cable, the beam is bending like this. Beam is bending towards upward. Okay. After the sulfate क्या हो रहा है देखो, it will try to regain its original position. It will try to come back. देखो इसमें ज्यादा है deflection, but here the deflection is less. It will try to regain. Means क्या हो रहा है? The stressing is done, and when it is released, the cables are released, and the beam will be in this condition. And when the load is applied, that is sulfate, so what will happen? It will try to regain its original position. Then after that we have pre-stress plus sulfate and live load. So because of the sulfate and the live load, it will be bent in downward direction. Yes, because as the load goes on increasing, it will bend towards downward direction, and it may develop the cracks. It may develop the cracks. Okay, this will happen. This is the mechanism, or these are the activities will takes place in the pre-stressing system. Okay, before pre-stressing, this is before pre-stressing. After pre-stressing without sulfate डालने के बाद it will try to regain its original position. It will try to come back downward side. Then what will happen? Again, after applying the live load, it will bend downward direction, and it will try to develop the cracks. But this is at failure stage. Go on adding the load, go on adding the load. So what will happen? That time it will develop the reaction. But even though if the load is applied, it will not develop cracks, because that section has been designed to carry the loads. Okay, and it will not develop any cracks. And even though if small cracks are developed, it will get merged into the concrete due to the continuous pre-stressing. At the ends, there will be continuous pre-stressing here. At the ends, at both ends, it will be continuous under pre-stress. So the cracks will get merged into the concrete. But at the higher load, or the load crosses the limit, that time it will get deflect, and it will propagate the cracks, and it will give the warning before failure. It will give warning before failure. That is one advantage. Okay. So this, in short, effect of load during pre-stressing. Then we have, next is the post-tension system. This is already discussed. I'll just go through. In post-tension tensioning system, the concrete unit are first cast by incorporating ducts or grooves to the house of tendon. So what will happen? The ducts or the vents will be provided into the concrete. Then when the concrete attains sufficient strength, the high tensile wires are tensioned by means of jack bearing on the end of the face of the member. So क्या होगा? The cables will be passed through the ducts, and it will be tensioned at the ends by using the jack. Okay, and it will develop the bearing force at the ends. And anchored at the wedge or nuts at one end, the forces are transmitted to the concrete by means of end anchorage, because of end bearing or end anchorage. When the cables is curved through the radial pressure between the cable and duct, the space between the tendons and the duct is generally grouted after the tensioning operation. तो क्या होता है? Duct के अंदर जो gap रहेगा, when the cable is passed, whatever the gap developed in the duct, that will be grooved or that will be filled later after tensioning operation. So most of the commercial patented pre-stressing systems are based on the following. So this is not required here. So the important thing is here, the post-tension system, how is used or how it will be done on the site. Okay. Yes. Another 10 minutes. I'll try to wind up. Okay. So now the difference of pre-stressed concrete over reinforced concrete. So in pre-stressed concrete member, steel plays active role. Okay, because the tendons are stretched. Then the stress in steel prevails whether external load is there or not. But in RCC, steel plays a passive role because the stress in steel in RCC member depends upon the external load. That is, no external load, no stress. Is it correct? The point what I'm trying to explain, is it correct? Balchandra,
Yes, sir.
Balchandra, huh? Is
हाँ
first
sir.
point देखला
हाँ sir.
difference between RCC but precious concrete ಒಳಗೆ ಅದು point correct ಆಗಿ
हाँ sir. Correct. हाँ sir.
ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತಾರೆ what they are telling in precious concrete steel plays means the tendons are play active role. The stress in steel prevails whether external load is there or not. But in RCC, steel plays a passive role. The stress in steel in RCC member depends upon the external load. That is, no load, no stress. Correct idea?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain, Mithri? Or anyone? This is very interesting. Because what will happen, see, whether the load is applied over the structure or not, it is not important in precious concrete because the cables are already stretched. Cables are stretched already. So even when you release the cables are locked. So क्या होगा? There is a continuous stress in the cable. So what will happen? Whether you apply load or don't apply load, the cables will be continuously under stress. So that's why it is mentioned. It is in active role and stress in the steel is prevails. But in RCC, what will happen? When you apply load, it will develop the stress. You release the load, it will stop developing the stress. So whether that's what is mentioned. Then if there is no external load, no stress. Correct? Okay. The next point is in precious concrete, the stresses in steel is almost constant. Where in RCC, stress in steel variable with lever arm. Can you explain anyone this? Can anyone explain? Ashwarya Kohli.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is me up? What you can explain? This is very interesting again. अभी देखो क्या होता है in precious concrete member. What they have told? Almost constant means what will happen? The cables is stretched. उसको release करने के बाद क्या होगा? It will try to go back. So when it try to go back, the stress in cable throughout it will be constant. Okay, that is first case. But what will happen in RCC with respect to lever arm? What does it mean? What does it mean? I explained this very nicely in RCC subject. Anyone can you remember? This is what? Can you tell me what is this? Ashwarya, Hudar, Jyoti. What is this? This is called as what?
Neutral axis.
Neutral axis XU. And if you remember the diagram like this, you will get diagram some of the time like this, or some of the time will be like this, or Ashwarya. Ashwarya,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me? After getting through these diagrams, can you let me know what are those? Yes, see, I'll tell you. Balance section under enforce or enforce. Correct or not? Yes, anyone please?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
क्या होता रे? हाँ, yes. RCC ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತ? When XU is equal to XU max, it will be balance section. XU less than XU max under impose. XU more than XU max over impose. XU ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನದ? What is it? XU? XU is nothing but lever arm. This XU is nothing but lever arm. So the stress in concrete will not remain constant here in RCC. It will change with respect to the lever arm. Correct? Jyoti?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll ask some words. We'll see how many are there still. Only 20 students have left. Arpita. Altofia, Arpita. See, this is very interesting. वो रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहे, वो गए लगता है, मोबाइल रखे. भारती,
Yes, sir.
you understood this concept?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The stress will remain constant in pre-stress concrete, but it will not remain same in
RCC.
RCC. It
Yes,
will
sir.
change with respect to the lever arm. और कौन है? Okay, other. प्रज्वल, प्रदीप,
Yes, sir.
प्रदीप,
Yes, sir.
कीर्ता,
हाँ, sir. हाँ, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll continue. Then next point is in pre-stress concrete has more shear resistance, where shear resistance is less in RCC, because again same, it is continuously under compression, so shear resistance will be more. Then we have in pre-stress concrete member, deflections are less because of eccentric pre-stressing. Force will include couple, which will cause upward deflection. तो क्या होगा? देखो अभी केबल नीचे होगा तो क्या होगा? Upward deflection होगा. Then you apply load, external load, it will regain its original position. So because of that, what will happen? There will be deflection. Deflection will be very less in pre-stress concrete system, whereas in RCC deflections are more. Next is in pre-stress concrete, fatigue resistance is more compared to RCC, because RCC steel in RCC stress in steel is depend with external load, whereas in PSC it is load independent. So that's why fatigue strength will be, fatigue resistance is more compared to RCC. Then we have in pre-stress concrete is more durable. It is more durable because of high grade concrete and steel, which is more dense in nature, and RCC is less durable. Okay, which is less durable. So this is the basic the difference between the pre-stress concrete and RCC system. So another 5 minutes. I'll take another 5 minutes. I'll just finish off here after 5 minutes. Okay, is it visible?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it visible? Okay,
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
thank you. This is only a 5 minutes I'll take, just I'll go through. Okay, अभी यहाँ पे देखो प्री टेंशन और पोस्ट टेंशन में डिफरेंस दिया उन्होंने. So in the pre-tension, I'll just come to point bond. So this is very important, and this is end bearing. Load transfer will taken place due to bond, and here due to end bearing. I'll not take much time. I have already discussed this point. Okay, so the pre-tension systems are short span precast products like sleepers, electric poles, and mass production. Okay, pre-tension generally used for what? The small span and sleepers or mass production. And the post tension will be used for long span structure. So we'll get a question on this. Explain the difference between pre-tension and post tension. Then we have in pre-tension, the cables are basically straight and horizontal. Placing them in curved or inclined position is difficult in pre-tension system. So where the wires can be kept with eccentrically, since the cables cannot be aligned similar to bending moment structure, advantage are less compared to that post tension. So here the cables are placed generally straight but यहाँ पे you can place the cables according to the Bending diagram. Okay, I'll explain later on when we discuss the problems. Okay, how we can place the cable with respect to Bending diagram. Then we have losses are more in pre-stressing. Here losses are less in pre-tensioning system. Okay, so this is regarding the systems of pre-stressing and devices, and what is the difference between pre-tension, post-tension, or what is the difference between pre-stressed concrete and RCC or reinforced cement concrete. Okay. So regarding this, do we have any doubts? Do we have any doubts? Only 17 members are left. I don't know what is the reason. We'll see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll end the meeting now.